minutes ago, part of what we experience, or what the excitement, or what the Bible called Jesus' message, the good news. It was good news to mankind. It was good news to the human species. Not to black people alone, not to white people alone, not to Hispanic, not to Chinese people alone, but for the human species. It was good news. Jesus coming, or was coming, what they were talking about, was good news for the human species. Say, I need some good news.
I need some good news.
Say, I need to understand the good news.
I need to understand the good news.
Is it possible to receive good news and don't understand what it is?
Yes.
Of course. You ever heard something and you didn't get it in the right context, and you get really excitement, then you realize it wasn't what you think, and you're very disappointed?
Yes.
Because you didn't what? Understand it.
That's right.
Does this make sense? You ever get some news, you heard it's really bad, and you get all sad and upset, and then you find that it was not as bad as it is, or it's,
Yes.
you are not clear.
Yes.
Well, most people do not understand the good news of Jesus, and number one challenge why they don't is the church. The church is the number one reason that the church was charged, the ecclesia, to carry out the good news. We seems to did everything but expand the good news. We have made it just about everything. Amen? This is a time of the year where I'm hoping we understand the good news a little bit, and I want to encourage you how to understand the good news. You know, many times I have people ask me, why did Jesus have to die? Why did he have to go through such a horrible death? They struggle with that process. How could that be good? And they go, you kingdom people call this the good news. It is good news, but if you don't understand it, it's sad news. It seemed actually just absolute, absurd, and almost like horrific. It is just horrifying, the whole process. This happens when you don't understand the process. I want to put it a little bit in context this morning as I encourage you this morning. So you remember, I like to simplify things through the Spirit of God. I'm trusting the Spirit of God to grant me the grace to flow to you and grant you the grace to receive it, that you can use it immediately. So I need something I can use now.
I need something I can use now.
Every day.
Every day.
Every instant. Every circumstance. And I can transfer to my fellow man to bless them. My family. My children. My community. Anywhere I go. So the kingdom of God can be glorified. After all, that is where I'm from. Understand. Understand. I just want to encourage you this morning on one aspect. Pastor Chow will be covering the process all weekend, and he'll make it much more clearer. I want you to get a good understanding of Jesus' death. In a few weeks, I'm trusting the Lord to let us teach a process called separate from sin, but still have the desire to sin. It is a very crucial message you need to learn if you're going to be effective. Amen? Imagine this. Jesus had to die. He had to die. Imagine some of us are Canadian citizens. Some of you were born here. Imagine I'm going to do this to you. Try to use your mind for a little bit. I need your mind now focused on the Lord. I'm going to take you from Canada, where you are. You enjoy your freedom. You enjoy friends. You enjoy food. You enjoy health care. You enjoy protection, transportation. And I'm going to put you in Africa or somewhere where there's war, where women are not free to talk and do certain things. And boys are taken right away as soon as they're at a certain age and put into the military and trained how to kill. And you don't know where your next meal is going to come from. And there's no health care. And there's no clothes. Imagine you're taken away from this safety enclosure called Canada and transferred into a place, you understand, where there's just horrific things. Women are being abused and boys are killed and families are being killed at will. In essence, the strongest survive. There is no law. The law is the strongest survive. Imagine all your little technology. There will be no cell phone. There will be no us going in the fridge and there's food. Because we take it for granted because we don't understand it. There will be no police. There will be no light. Every moment of the day you'll be living, you understand, in fear for your very existence. Both of impoverishment. In fact, most of your prayer will be, can I please die? You won't want to live. And we take all of this for granted. Imagine, stripped away from everything that you come to know. Well, it's what happened with man. Man was made in God's image. He is made in holiness, where none of these things I'm talking about could have touched it. And God gave him one rule. He said, listen, son and daughter, there's one thing you can't do. Don't touch this tree or it throws you. He said, you are going to absolutely die. There are three ways we die. We die in our spirit. We die in our soul. And we die in our what? Actually, we die four ways. We die in our body. And we die in our what? Life. So if I take you away, you will die in all of these things. Your spirit. And then on top of taking you away, let's say I go, there is no way to get back to what? Canada. Spend 2 seconds thinking about the life you have now. I know you complain a lot about it, but it's blessed beyond blessed. Amen. Think of the life you have right now, the freedom. Just for a second. No mommy, no daddy, no house, no clothes, no technology, no water, no food. And you are abused at will because there's always someone stronger. Just for a second. Can you see it in your mind? Can you see it? If you can't stretch your mind, you will continue to take it for granted. But that's what happened to man. God said, if you touch this tree, I can't protect you. I can't support all the things, because evil will come in. You're going to learn ways to kill your spirit, suppress it. You're going to learn ways to kill your soul. You're going to learn ways to kill your body. And you're going to learn ways to kill your life, your destiny. This is what sin is. Sin is a force that gives us the ability to kill our spirit, soul, body, and life. You're walking dead. You're just doing it slow. It's like taking some kind of drugs, like heroin or something. You understand? And the more you use it, the worse it becomes. It compounds. Now, let me ask you. So imagine you're in this place. And imagine there's someone, whether it's my sister Jackie or sister Claudette, you understand? If they die, you can come back to the good life. You can come back to the life of what you know right now. And in truth, what the life of most of you know is not the real life. You're still missing half of what you can do because you don't understand what's going on. Now imagine, you understand? Your friends are getting abused next to you and around you and everything, and there's no food and there's no water. But if Sister Claudia died, everybody can come back. Everybody will be once again in Canada. The protection, the road, the light, the food, the technology. The awesome life will once be again what? Unto you, re-established. Now imagine not just you, but there's millions of you in Africa going through this. Is it better for Sister Claudette to die or the whole nation of Africa to die? Which would be you? Sister Claudette. Sorry. Because once man is separate, everybody has to die. And because they're all operating in death, the more they sin, the more horrific and horrible the death was what? Coming. Don't be surprised at AIDS and all the various forms of disease. They're nothing more than what? Effects of death. Tuberculosis and cancer. What are they? They were never supposed to be. You understand? Sinning is simply this. You understand? Sin is to do something to agitate death to what? Come. Every time you sin, death has to come. Do you understand? It's like sin is nothing more than calling someone on your cell phone. But the person you're calling every time you sin is what? Death. Based on where you call from, where you sin. If you're sinning, now sin, remember, sin is just misuse of that which was made to use a specific way. So your spirit is designed to move up, to use a specific what? Way. So is your soul, so is your body, so is your life. So every time you use it wrong, sin has the right to what? Come. So when you use your spirit wrong, death comes to your spirit. You use your soul wrong, death comes to your soul. You know what's your soul? Your personality, your feelings, your perception. You understand? These are all aspects of the soul. And the will. So every time you use your will wrong, sin can kill your will. Every time you use your mind wrong, sin can kill your mind. Every time you use your feeling wrong, sin can kill the feeling. Every time you use your personality wrong, sin can kill it. Every time you use your body wrong, sin can kill it. Every time you use your life wrong. You understand? Death is not the more, the Bible calls it the sting of sin. Every time you use one of you wrong, or your life wrong, sin has the right to come in and what? Kill that area. Sin is a cancer. Or death, you understand? Every time you use it wrong, the cancer have a right to take over another what? Territory. So imagine you're all dying. But if, as I said, if Sister Claudette would die, then all of us can come back to Canada. This, you understand? All of us can come back to Canada, to the good what? Life. To the good life. It gets better. So, imagine you're still in Africa, but let's say Sister Claudette died and you come back. But you've been there for a couple years, and you have seen such a horrific thing and experienced such injury in your spirit, in your soul, and your body. Since if you come back, you're still what? Injured. This process is called Lazarus stage. You're back, but you're what? Broken. You're back in the country. But you have all this horrific things to remember. Christ's death is for two things. The first part is to get you back to Canada. If you ever understand why we worship Him because we were exiled, because we disobeyed, and we were dying consistently because we kept sinning. You understand? So one part was, how do I get back to the place where I was or where I came from? One part of its debt, you understand, is to bring us back into right relationship, create the passport to get us back to Canada. Because of Him, you have the right. You understand? If you choose to, you see, to be reconnected to God, to beautiful Canada, where no longer you can be harmed and abused and taken advantage of because of all the protection. By His death, God was able to reopen the heavens to us and reopen us to connect to Him through Jesus. Do you understand this? Understand this. If Claudette don't die, you can't get back to Canada. By her death, you once again have the right to come back to what? Canada. This is one part of the diet. This is what Good Friday is about. Christ's death gives us a chance to get back to what? The springs of life. Where I can have life in my spirit, life in my soul, life in my body, life in my life. Do you understand this?
Amen.
Beyond that, this is where he rocks my world. He had me there. He had me by just allowing me to come back to Canada. Do you understand what I mean? But He didn't stop there. He goes, this debt's going to allow you, if you accept me as your... When you accept Jesus' good news is called the way. It is the way to get back to what? Canada. This is what the gospel is called. The way. They don't call it Christianity. Christianity is nothing more than a sect that said, we are committed to the way to get back to Canada. Do you understand what I'm saying? Other religion is nothing more than a sect that goes, there's another way. We have never heard of another way. There have only been one way been known to man to get back to Canada. Does this make sense? To get back in favor, in right relationship with the Father. But His death did one more thing. One more special thing. This is the one that rocks my world. Now remember, sin is like a piano. If I turn off the light goes what? Off. Remember what I said. If I sin with my spirit, that come what? To my spirit. If I sin with my soul, that come to my soul. If I sin with my body, these are all tools. That come to my body. If I sin with my life, misuse it, mismove it, sin come to what? To my life. You understand? The effects of sin, the wages of sin is death. It's a sting. It's a sting. It's like a wasp. If I put my hand, it stings my hand. I put my soul, it stings my soul. Put my spirit, do you understand it? Yeah. Well, Jesus goes, now that I grant you the way to come back, you understand? You will not be able to grow, you understand? If you use your spirit, in the process, as we are trying to figure out the process, if you use your spirit, you understand, and that come to your spirit, you'll never grow. If you use your soul and that come to your soul, you'll never grow. If you use your body and that come to your body, you'll never grow. If you use your life, you understand, even though you're back in Canada, if you keep using the same thing, you will always use, because that's all you have, and that keep coming to it, you can't what? Grow. So you got my blood, beside my blood, get you back to Canada, to my Father. Get you back to heaven. This is what Christ's death did. It get you back to heaven, or in league, or in contact. It fixed your visa with heaven to get back under God's protection. Amen? But did that change all the... Remember, when I was in Africa, people take so much advantage of me, I had to learn to take advantage of what? People, or I can't survive. It's survival of the fittest. You understand? So now that I get back to Canada, does that mean all this horrific tendency and process that I went through just leaves me? How many of you have had a habit that you want to break and you can't break? You know how habits are formed? What? Repetition. Yes. When there is enough sinning in your parents, in you, in your community, in your nation, in your culture, you think you can stop it? In fact, it becomes natural, normal. It's a standard. We all do it. We all curse. We all treat our spirit terrible. We all treat our soul terrible. We all treat our body terrible. We all treat each other terrible. We all destroy our nation, destroy our water. What are the things they're crying out about? We destroy the ozone layer. We destroy the world. We destroy the school. We destroy the children. We're out of control. But every time you're in this process, sin goes, okay, you call destruction, I come to destroy. Here is AIDS. Here is cancer. Here is diabetes. Here is guns. Here is nuclear weapon. Do you think that magically happened? They're nothing more than death expressed in its various what? Formations. So Christ goes, okay, now I can get you back to Canada. You will never become what you are designed to become if I don't make the sting of death, because you're going to keep sinning for a while. So one more thing is blood do. Besides Sister Claudette getting you back to Canada, Sister Claudette had one more power. She said, I know you're going to keep sinning for a while, but every time you sin, I'm going to make sure death can't reach your spirit. Hallelujah. I'm going to make sure death can't reach your soul. I'm going to make sure death can't reach your body. I'm going to make sure death can't meet your life. So he acts like a baseball player. Every time you messed up, he catches it before it comes back to you. Hallelujah. Part of bringing you to Canada and to make sure all the evil that was happening in Africa doesn't happen in Canada, he intercepts all the evil you are still doing in your spirit, in your soul, in your body, in your life, in your family, in your community. This is called grace. It was by grace, not nothing you do got you back to Canada. Sister Clara just chose to give up herself. It is by grace that death is not getting to you every time you what? Sin. Is it we stop sinning? No. Most of us still have strong tendency. But most of us don't idea of operating under the covenant of God. What this weekend is all about, I have got back into the relationship with God. You understand? And the things I'm doing, God is intercepting them so they don't get to me. Amen. Now, why did he do this? Is it so you can keep sinning? No. Can somebody please tell me why? Why? Why don't he want death to come in? Why don't he want death when you did something wrong in your spirit, when you misuse your spirit, rub it with somebody you shouldn't rub it, or with something? Why don't he want death to come in it? Why don't you want death to come in your soul? Why don't you want death to come in your body? Why don't you want your life to die? But he didn't say if you're to die, first of all. Why? Why? Why is he intercepted? Isn't it good enough he bring you back to Canada? Why now is he stopping? Why you going to get in credit card debt and he fix it? Why you going to mess up your relationship and he fix it? Why you going to expose your body and he fix it? Expose your soul, he fix it. Expose your spirit. Why is he fixing it up? He wanted you to what? Go from life to what? Life. He wanted you to what? Grow. Yes. You understand? And you can't grow if every time you make a mistake, death what? Comes in. If every time your spirit messed up, death come in, you think you'll grow? No. He needs you. This is what the Bible said. Don't use this freedom, the right you have in Canada, and the right that you have to keep growing, to keep trying to do what? Evil. So you are supposed to do one thing. Lord, I know you have bring me back to Canada and you're protecting me from all of the death. Can you show me how to stop sinning so you don't have to keep protecting me that way, so I can go from life to life, from growth to growth, so I can come to my full what? Stature. Do you understand this? Does this make sense? Yeah. Amen. If you understand this, you'll understand worship. I told you worship is an act of thanksgiving. I am grateful. You think if Claudette do this, you'll worship her every time you see her, you're like, oh Claudette, I will never be able to repay you. For you saved me from Africa. And all of the things since I come back I am doing that I've learned in Africa to survive. You're protecting me from all of that. Why? Why? You know why many of us don't have passion for the good news? You don't understand what it is. We have somehow failed you to understand what it took you from and placed you in. And we have somehow, some of you have, you know what's I-mindedness? You're not grateful that you transform from the death to the life. and you're not grateful from all your twisted thinking, feeling, acting, and being, not coming back what? To you. It doesn't come back to you. You don't understand it. You believe you deserve it. No, we sin. We were born into it. We deserve to die. We deserve to stay in Africa. We deserve the thinking and the feeling and the position, all the things we say to come back to us. God has not created it. We are. That's what we deserve. Debt is our true, you understand? Deservedness. But God said, no, I don't want you to have that. That's not the reason why I made you. So without you deserving it, I'm giving you a new life back in my presence. I'm going to make death can't touch you, though you're sinning. And I'm going to extend. Now, as I said, Pastor Chuck, I'm going to talk about this. Anna, you give us one last thing. He said, I'm going to give you a way to stop sinning. Are you listening to what I'm saying? Pastor Chuck, I'm going to talk about the resurrection. The resurrection is a new desire to stop you from what? Sinning. Do you understand this? Does this make sense? Amen. This is what Easter. When you become I don't want to say Christian, what a kingdom citizen is someone who understands this. They spend every day being grateful, being back in God's presence. Every day knowing He's protecting them from when they messed up in their spirit, soul, body, or life. And every day thanking Him for the Spirit so they stop what? Messing up. That's the gospel. Simple. It ain't complicated. You understand? When you catch this, you will catch gratitude. If you don't catch this, you will not be grateful. You understand? You will not be grateful for being in Canada. You will not be grateful for Him intercepting your sin. And you definitely will not try to walk in the resurrection. You will not try to stop sinning. And it's why I'm speaking to the church here. There are many kingdom citizens in the church. Oh, they're in Canada. Oh, their sin don't come back to them. But they never go from strength to what? Strength. Glory to glory. Because they're never trying to walk in the new spirit. They constantly have, just outside God's protection, death lingering to touch their what? Spirit. Death lingering to touch their soul. Death lingering to touch their body. Death lingering to touch their life. Because they're not trying to move into this new awesome position God has given them. There's always death. And for the man in the world, one who have not acknowledged the way, he still have debt. This is why the Bible says stay away from them unless you're trying to help them. But the same thing I'm talking about. They still have debt in their spirit. Everything they do bring death to suppress their spirit. Every thought, every action, every position still bring death into their soul. The Bible said they are full of dead man bones. There's death in their spirit, death in the soul, death in the body, death in their life. How many of you know some people when you look at their life, you go, I don't know where to start. Your life is all death. When I look at your spirit, there's no life. When I look at your soul, there is no life. When I look at your body, there's no life. When I look at your life, I'm like, you're going to die soon. Meaning, what we call death is death. Death of meat, it's what? Maturity. It has run its what? Course. Amen.
Amen. It just reminds me of like when someone has full-blown AIDS.
Yes.
Right?
Perfect.
Someone
That's all
has
that is.
full-blown AIDS, and then someone comes and gives them a vaccine that cures their AIDS.
Yeah.
Right? And it also protects you from ever getting HIV
Yes.
again.
Yes. That's what it is. Yes. For the kingdom citizen, what God's going to challenge you, why do you have death lingering? Simple. You're not walking in the resurrection. You're not walking as a Canadian with Canadian status. You're still behaving like you're in Africa. You understand? And for those outside, you'll go, why didn't you take what Claudette offered? Why didn't you accept the way? Do you understand this? Does this make sense?
Amen.
I pray this Good Friday be a living Good Friday to you. If not, I'm not. Stop lying to yourself. You're not alive. Be honest. Just watch your thoughts for a minute. Look at the things you think about. Look at yourself. Just feel in you what moves through you. Every form of death, in one form or the other, is moving through your spirit, your soul, or your body. Look at your friends. It will tell you quickly. Death, call it forth more what? Death. All the spirits that are dying. The Bible says, what? Help me here. Will rest in the company of the dead. I think it's called a disobedient. I think a disobedient person will go and rest, abide, or a foolish man in the company of the dead. Dead people look to find comfort in more what? Among more graves. Do you understand this? They'll think and do and act more things to bring more what? Death. You ever find people, let's say in physical, I'll give you a physical term. Someone have a lot of credit card debt. What do you think they typically do? Go get more. Someone have a messed up mind. What do you think they do? Get more. Death always calls forth more what? Death. Life does the same. When you are walking in life, you always want what? More life. This is the time of the year. I want to encourage your spirit today. It is a time of thanksgiving. For someone like me and the church, it's every day for us. We know what Claudette has done. We know what she is doing in the kitchen when I'm messing it up because of my past. We know what the Spirit she has given us. We can't help but worship in Jesus.